So for one dimension, we can say one dimensional case. This is a one-dimensional figure. Means simply it has a length and that's it. Because length here symbolizes the one dimension, we can take this length as breadth or height, even whatever be the name, but it's going to be only a one dimension. Now how can we see this one dimension? We can see this one dimension on the basis of where the object is put. Now in this universe there is nothing like one dimension. Everything is three dimensions. Everything in this universe has three dimensions. So if we talk about the one-dimensional image, it's going to be impossible, but we can imagine it. And in the case of imagining it, in order to see this one-dimension image, we can see it from this place. We can see it from this place because of the reason that this image lies on this spot. We can't see this image from this one. This side we can't see this image because it's the one-dimensional image. This image don't have any sort of breadth. We can't even see this image in a way like in the sort of a height like this, because this image don't even have any height. This image have just this line, that is its length. So we can see the one-dimensional image from one side. This means that the one-dimensional image can be seen from one side only. Well, that is the main point that I want to tell by the one dimension, and in the same case I'm going to tell that in the two-dimensional images we can see it from two sides. In the three we can see it from three sides, and in the four dimensions, well, I don't think so that we can see it from the four sides, because nothing like four-dimensional exists except of the Albert Einstein space-time fabric. So I'm going to the second dimension now. Now let's move on to the two-dimensional cases, the second dimensional cases. In the case of the second dimension, the figure is going to be like simply this. This is simply a one-dimensional, this is simply a one-dimensional, this is even a one-dimensional, this is even a one-dimensional. So four one-dimensionals join together to form a two-dimensional images. And this one-dimensional, in this case, is not going to form every time a rectangle. Infinite one-dimensional can form infinite joining together can form a two-dimensional images. Well, the two-dimensional image, this has a length of its own, and this has a breadth of its own. So in the two-dimensional cases, we're going to find that there is a one length, there is a one breadth, and that's it. That's why we call it two-dimensional. Now in the case of seeing it, as I said, that the one-dimensional image can be seen from one side, that is this one, not from this side, not from that height side. In the case of two-dimensional images, we can see it from the length side. We can see it from this side, that is the length side. But in the case of this even, we can see it from the breadth side. This means that if we have a two-dimensional image in our universe right here, suppose this is the image, so we can see that image from this side, that is its length, and from this side, that is its breadth. I can't see the image from this upward movement, that is its height, but still I can see this because this is a three-dimensional image. I'm just telling you to imagine that if this is to be a two-dimensional image, then you can see it from this side and this side, and that's it. Now let's move on to the three-dimensional. So now let's move on to the three-dimensional case. I've changed my sketch, hope you like it. Well, the third-dimensional case. Well, this is a bit of an interesting one. Why? Because the figure is a bit difficult for me. Well, when I was in class first, second, I never used to understand how to draw this image, but till the class 5th, I know how to draw it, so yeah, it's perfect. This is a three-dimensional cube or a rectangle or whatever you want to say. Well, in the three-dimensional case, these all are the simple two-dimensional images. And these two-dimensional images, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are 6 two-dimensional images are even derived from the individual one-dimensional images. So one-dimensional images, we can say, are the building blocks of the dimensions. Now let's move forward. In the three-dimensional case, we can simply say that this is the length, this is the breadth, and this is the length, this is the height, and the breadth is this part. This is the length, this is the breadth, and this is the height part. Well, in order to see the three-dimensional images that we usually see in our daily universe, that we can see this image from this length side, we can see this image from this breadth side, and we can even see this image from this height side. If we take the example of a simple cap of my red color sketch, so this cap has its own length, this cap has its own breadth, and this cap has its own height even. This cap has all the three dimensions in it, so I can see this cap at all the three dimensions. But there was the one thing, that there was a limited quantity of watching the three-dimensional images. That I have made this video just to tell you that when we see any object in our universe, then we only see it in 3 dimensions only. Well, if you take the example of this pouch, my cute pouch, so what are you watching at? You're looking at the breadth of it, you're looking at the height of it, at the length of it, and you're looking at the height of it. So these are the 3 things which we can see it from one side. We can take it any side. This is the length, this is the breadth, and this is the height. In any side, we can have these all 3 things only. I can't see this side from here. I can't see that side from here. I just have to move it in order to see it. So, in 3-dimensional cases, we can see the object from 3 sides, and then I have to tell you that 4-dimensional images. What about the 4-dimensional images? In order to see these 4-dimensional images, we have to see this side. That's my main motive for making this video, that if we can somehow see the 4-dimensional images, it all means that we can see this side from here. We can see this side from here. We can see this side from here in order to see the 4th dimension. And that's all. So, okay. Thank you for watching this video.